Welcome back to our channel. Very engaged.
Welcome,
My name is
welcome.
Anthony.
I'm Debbie.
And yeah, we just have a YouTube channel where we talk about the shit that we do. Damn it, I just cussed. I wanted to wait like 5 minutes in before that happened. So they
where you
didn't like
push-
shadow ban us or anything.
Let's see if I was
Hey.
over there. I'd press the womp 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 button on you.
You think you're at the button pressing level? You think you've earned that kind of power yet?
Well, I can't reach, but I can just do the vocals, I guess.
Yeah, I mean you already did it. You already hit me with
Yeah.
it. Then.
See, so
Okay.
maybe I don't need the button.
Clearly, you got all the power. You got all the power. Well, check it. I mean, something feels different.
Well, that's usually what happens when you wear new shoes.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. Still breaking them in,
Yeah. But they
get them
look nice.
comfy.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like something feels different.
Something changed.
Mhm.
Like that. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
We got a new set.
Is that it? We got a new set. Oh hell
look at
yeah!
this.
Well, shit. It's it looks very engaging, right? I mean, I'm rocking with it. Y'all rocking with it?
Well,
Let us
cozied
know.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good.
It feels good. It feels good. I mean, let's clap it up for the new set then, huh? Clap it up for the new set, huh? For the new set. Very engaged. We are here and we're feeling good. We're feeling cozy. We're feeling well, I'm speaking for myself, but how you feeling right now?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
A little tired, but I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I wonder if you're being tired has anything to do with this new set that we got up.
Actually, I'm very impressed how quickly we put it together
Yeah.
because it was an idea, and then within half a day, it came to life.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that I had this wallpaper sitting around that I had bought thinking I was going to use it. And, it just like dawned on me. I'm like so thankful like for all the things I forget. I'm just glad that there's things I remember.
Yeah.
So Lyric and I put that up together, which to me,
To me, that deserves some applauding, right? Right? Like, let's get to it. Let's get to the claps. Why not? Let's start this thing off with some good energy.
yeah. And then, of course, we grabbed some chairs, grabbed a table.
Yeah.
I
For
think
the cups,
soon-
right?
I think we want to get a plant maybe for, get some green foliage in here.
Yeah.
I look nice.
Yeah.
Moving
I
on
agree.
up. So, yeah. Hopefully it looks good to the outside world as well.
Yeah, right. I guess we'll see after this kind of like what it looks like.
Yeah, let us know if
But it looks good right now. I feel it. I'm liking it. I'm with it. So like the process was quick. Well, quick with everything considered, right?
yeah.
From idea to like conception being completely realized, it was like 6 hours maybe.
Yeah. And honestly,
If that.
I appreciate you for that because sometimes procrastination gets the best of me. Not in a bad way. It's just because in my head, I have like 300 things I'm thinking about doing. And so I know sometimes like it's frustrating for me. So like for you to be like, hey, we need to do this today, and it's like, oh, thank goodness we did it today.
Yeah.
Or, when we did it in a day, because that satisfaction of completing a task is so important.
Yeah. It definitely adds to the overall well-being of how you feel about yourself. Like you feel good, you accomplished something. Like we thought about something and then we seen it all the way through, got it accomplished, and now we're sitting here doing a pod on our new set. That feels good. So
It does.
yeah. So I mean,
So this is like,
kudos to us.
yeah. And then for anybody else that needs that motivation to be like, just remember when you finish it, how good it feels. And then it just opens the door to do that next task.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
what's next?
Yeah.
Right?
And earlier today, I was looking up the definition of hustle and then kind of researching like, the difference between being busy and hustling.
Mm-hmm.
because oftentimes, when people are like, oh, what have you been up to if we haven't talked in a long time? And I'm trying to think of like the most important thing, like what did I accomplish that's worth telling somebody?
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes I realize it's because I'm so busy. I don't really have one thing that I can just be like, oh, this and this and this. So I was like, let me just look up the definition of hustling and being busy, because I just need to tell myself.
Uh-huh. So what did your research bring to you?
I mean, pretty much what I thought it would be. It was just a reminder that like being busy isn't hustling. So hustling is more of the, more of that like completing a task, doing something that actually pushes you forward to the next step. Or being busy, you can be busy and get nothing done.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I really don't want to be the person that's busy, not getting anything done. And I need to remind myself what hustle means, because I think we were talking about this earlier. Was it on our run?
I think it was. Yeah, we were. We were talking about the difference between like city hustle and like the hustle in a small town like Bozeman.
Right. And then I also said it would be cool if we podcasted our run.
Yeah.
We'd have to have a very stable camera, but
yeah.
But it's quite enough. So audio would be fine. But anyways, I don't know. Is that something people are interested in? Has anyone ever podcasted while running? I feel like Just Up 11 would be like, ooh, great idea.
Let's spearhead that. He'd be right in the front. I don't know.
But
I'm sure it could turn into something interesting,
But yeah, so yeah, the idea of like people in the city that hustle, and then kind of people in smaller towns, the difference in the hustle. And in a city, you really don't have time to be busy and get nothing done. So they really have to be hustling in the sense of like almost being creative as well. Because even if you go down like Fremont Street, where you have the street performers, even just seeing the way they've created ideas to make money, even that like is kind of inspirational to be like, wow, like if you're down and out and you're living on the streets or something, but you found a way to make money, and like, you know what I mean? Even though it's not traditional and it's not, most people's ideal way.
Yeah, but they're hustling.
But that's a sense of hustle, because they could be on the sidewalk with a cardboard sign. Well, I guess sometimes they still have a cardboard sign, but in a different way. But there's still
a different hustle.
Yeah. I mean, at least they're still like physically putting themselves through something. They're having to practice something. They're having to, they're having to compete to the person next to them that has a snake and is, or doing magic or whatever. So you're having to be like every day you have to hustle in that environment.
Yeah.
And it's like, it reminds me of, hey, if some, I think that's why I like going back to the city sometimes. It's the food, and then it's just that energy, that vibe of the hustle.
Yeah.
And you can really bring it back here, and it can really propel you, but you kind of have to keep going back.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't migrate here the same. And I honestly think that's like part of Bozeman's problem, is that all the hustlers came here and saw opportunities, and then all the Bozeman people were like, whoa, slow down. You know what I mean? Like, why are you building so fast? Like, what's going on? And from their perspective, it's probably like, you've got a lot of land.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of people that have money and can buy this. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, hustle. Like, just reminding myself that in order to hustle, I have to actually be completing tasks, and to even go beyond that, you have to be creative in your hustle too. Like, if there's downtime, creating an idea of how to insert something productive that can make you money with all the tools. If you have the tools to do something, you don't leave them laying around, basically.
Yeah, I get that. I hear you.
So yeah.
I hear you. Point made. Like,
and then
we got to hustle. And I think the, like an important difference between the two places. So like between like a busy city like, in Cali or, small town Bozeman is the attitude of you got to get up, go out, and get something before someone else does.
Right.
And out here, it's more lax. Like people take their time. Like, like they smell the flowers, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not shitting on that at all. But just the level of just urgency
Yes.
to get out there, to compete, to have that energy of we're gonna spearhead this is like directly and straightforward as possible, like until we get results. Like that attitude isn't something that's prevalent.
Yeah, no, and I'll see businesses kind of hit a pocket, and we all do it though. It's something about this environment where it's still trying to figure out, is it slow or fast, because of the different paces that are happening here right now. When college comes in, the town is a little bit more like busy and it's kind of got a little bit of a faster thing. But during the summer, it's kind of college kids are kind of gone. Summer is very, let's chill, let's hang out. And it does kind of, it's still giving off that slower, take it easy, and yeah, it's true. The whole like competition thing. But that's the thing is, especially with my clients, it's reminding them like, unfortunately, this isn't like if you build it, they'll come town anymore. Like it's still there, but like if you're a new business and you really are trying to reach 50,000 people, you really do have to hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you want to grow, if you want to scale, if you want to like, just do better than you did last year, like every year to progress, or do you want to just kind of get to a comfortable point and stay there?
Yeah.
Like that. I think that's like, the difference is whether or not someone's living in their comfort zone, or if they're constantly kind of pushing the limits of that comfort zone,
Right.
to see what's beyond it. You know what I'm saying? Like what's on the other side, even though it's not comfortable. You feel me?
And so to bring that around, when you were just like, hey, let's have this idea of upgrading our set, you weren't trying to be like, yeah, let's have this take a long time. You were very much like, Debbie, we need to get this shit done. And in terms of that, like, I need that. I really do. I really need, and I don't mind that at all because I know the results.
Yeah.
And I like the feeling of the results. And so that kind of like, from a business aspect, there's hustle, but then there's kind of like a hustle in relationships too, if you think about it.
Yeah.
In terms of, like even just what I just said, just pushing me forward and me just knowing that I need that from you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we push each other in different ways.
Yeah,
like you push me
running.
in ways.
The running was very much pushing me, as we already talked about. It's, I'm not trying to be a runner, but it's so funny now too, because when I see other people running, I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, right.
You got this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know what it feels like.
I know.
Right. And there's a lot of runners during the day. Like we're the only ones at night. But it's nice and
it's nice. It's peaceful. The moon's usually out popping, just all big and brilliant. The other night was a full moon.
Yeah, every night we watch the progression of it get to full.
Yeah.
But did we tell them how many days?
Yeah. Speaking of that, right?
Okay.
Like we finished our month of running plus actually because we finished 32 days on accident. I was a day off with our calculations. But we finished 32 days of running. So,
it went by really fast, honestly.
It did.
Because I kept thinking that Saturday was the 30th day. Mm-hmm. So even though we went over, even when you were counting in the app, I was just like, really? Like, I had no idea it'd been that long.
Yeah.
It went by fast. But there was only like several days for me where I felt like I was just 100% okay. Like I could keep running. And then for the other most of the days, it was definitely a challenge.
Yeah, I'd say it was more of a challenge than it wasn't for me, most of the time. But every time I felt better after it.
Yeah, I think in the moment for me, it's just kind of like, I don't like this. And then if I think about like, well, why don't I like this? And then sometimes if I just separate my mind from what my body's trying to say, and just be like, hey, you're running and you're like, no, I'm super clear headed. Like, let me think about something random or let me talk to you or whatever.
Mind over matter. Right?
Yeah. And practicing that while running. And then I'm just like, before I know it, we're good.
We're done. Yeah. We're back to the house. So now I think we took from it enough as far as like the lesson, the benefits, to the point that we decided to kind of keep it a part of our lives. Maybe not daily.
Like every other day we'll run now.
Yeah, so now every other day we want to get out there, get our couple miles in, give ourselves that kind of rest day in the middle, doing other stuff too. And,
But we have to get as much as we can in now because the weather is going to be winter soon. And we're going to have to move everything indoors as far as.
I guess that's a conversation that we got to have too. What we're going to do when it's an icy fucking hell outside and we can't run.
Just push-ups and then YouTube.
Well, for cardio, we may have to hop back on Insanity or something. I know they came out. They got some upgrades. They got some different stuff we got out there. We got to look at some stuff, because I definitely know that I want to stay active. Yeah. Definitely with cardio, 100%. So you're saying, and all that stuff right now. You're saying that as you're thinking the opposite. You feel me? I feel the resistance on that. But
you're gonna have to push me again.
Hey, look, that's what we got each other for, right? I'm gonna push you through it. And look, I always know you're gonna resist a little bit, and then you'll just be like, okay, let's do it. It's like when I brought up the 2 miles, you were like, absolutely no. Like you said, you went through different stages of no. First you said, there's no, there's no need to do that. And then you went into, well, I mean, what about a mile a day? So, and then you finally got to the 2 miles and then you're just like, oh yeah, but like if we give ourselves breaks so we don't push it overboard. But we did the whole thing straight, no breaks, no days off, and like we're better for it. You know what I'm saying? And with the level of difficulty that you push through, there has to be certain like achievement points. Like in video games, like you get these achievement points that kind of keep leveling you up.
Yeah.
In that manner, you've got some more achievement points now. You know what I mean? You got some more added to the character, as do I. And I was telling you that how much I didn't want to do this either. It makes me afraid to not do things that I don't want to do in the future because of the level of perceived difficulty. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because this is something I didn't want to do because I didn't think I would be able to. And I thought it would be too much, but I pushed myself because of the challenge. Now I feel great because of it. So now I'm wondering, hey, what is there that I haven't been doing already that I could be doing to give me the same kind of overall benefit in the end, the same feeling of, just fulfillment.
That's true.
What's that next thing? So I do think that finding something like that is going to be in my future as far as to keep me motivated.
Yeah.
To keep achieving.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. It's like, what else? What other obstacle?
Yeah.
Well, even when like I have procrastination issues, it's kind of the same thing on a micro scale where it's like, if I just do this task and get it over with, I'm going to end up realizing like, oh, Debbie, that took 10 minutes. Like, why didn't you do that before? But, there's anxiety sometimes when you're running your own business and I'm just wearing all the hats. And sometimes there's just days where it gets to me, but,
So which hat would you say that I'm wearing?
With the Logo Studio?
Well, I'm just curious because
general?
I'm just curious because based on your description just now, when you're running your own business and you're wearing all these hats and da-da-da-da, I'm asking you, in this equation, in this picture that you just painted, which hat would I be wearing? I mean, because you're wearing all of them, apparently.
Oh, well, I'm talking about, like, emails and, like, invoicing, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being, like...
I was just giving you a chance to clarify that because it sounds as if,
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you wear hats too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you
I got
do,
a hat collection.
Of course.
I got a hat collection.
Of course. Like I couldn't do this without you.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, so I didn't mean that. I meant more of like the back end kind of, having to be in the front and the back at the same time. Almost like trying to be the hostess and the cook at a restaurant at the same time. That kind of feeling.
Okay.
So, yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I will say you own it. You wake up every morning, you get to it, and you own it, and that's what's incredible about working with you and about doing this and about kind of pushing ourselves to work solely for ourselves and.
Yeah, and eventually, like, we'll both be just full-time working for us.
Yeah.
Doing the relationship hustle.
Right? That's the goal. And everything right now is kind of just kind of paving the way for that.
Yeah, and we want to let people know that, like, we're opening up a small space for more people with that same mentality. You know what I mean? So, like, anyone else in town that's wants to wear a few hats as well in this equation.
Yeah.
We're open to that.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes that looks like even just like trading. You know what I mean? If anyone wants to give me some hair extensions, I'll make you a website.
Put it out there.
I'll make you a logo. Mm-hmm. Like, I love doing trades because it's a win-win. And, it's just like it's kind of like more of the old time, how they used to value things.
Yeah.
It was, I have this, you have that, let's trade. I've done that with mechanics and I've traded a lot of things and it always has come out to the positive and I, sometimes that's how you can start out with building a good relationship is just both everyone having that same mentality of like, hey, let's push something forward great together. We'll all wear the hats. And then eventually when it starts turning a profit or whatever, we'll all be compensated.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I like about creating that relationship with people and doing trades is you can kind of, you network. You know what I'm saying? So now you're doing work for this guy, you're doing work with this gal, and they're crossing over. They're doing work with somebody else. Now they're seeing the work that you guys did. They're able to recommend you there. So you end up kind of getting business through each other while helping each other to kind of, operate a business. So, if you're in the entrepreneur world, doing things with trading is something to look into. I would definitely say with people more established, people more serious and almost like a professional with their craft in their business. So usually the business owners that you should kind of do things like that with. Therefore, you guys can kind of end up helping each other in the end and not doing tearing each other down or having the opposite effect of it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you still have to produce things quickly, and so you do kind of have to be on that same level of professionalism. But I think there's hidden talent in Bozeman, and I feel like with how many people are coming here, if the word got out, that it wouldn't be too hard to create something cool with more people. And we already do. We already have a good group.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also knowledge trading as well, because if I'm trading something with someone, I can also let them know more about marketing or design.
Okay.
And, if they're doing something, so you're also getting kind of knowledge trades as well when you're doing things, because then you're just like, oh, hey, if you do this, this, and this, by the way, it'll make this better. And then that person's like, oh, great. Well, if you just made that person that you're working with better or on a better path or, just kind of help them out, like that as well is just going to lift things up too.
Okay.
So you kind of have that knowledge, power of knowledge that you can swap.
Okay. So other than hair extensions, what are some specific trades that you're looking to barter with right now?
that's a good question. Okay. Okay, so maybe video work. I mean, we have Jessup, but when he's gone.
Yeah.
No, it would be good to have more video people. For
So
sure.
videographers.
Yeah, a videographer,
Gotcha.
someone that's more freelance, not an agency. What else? It'd be interesting to see. Oh, honestly, like a space, like commercial space, for us to grow our apparel and everything into.
Okay.
So a workable.
So real estate.
Yeah.
Real estate owner, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are kind of big things, but yeah, I'm not too sure what else. I mean.
Well, I would imagine like maybe animations, just different
Creative branches.
Different creative branches
true.
within kind of video, because it's just like almost an endless pot of just things you can do with video, with audio, with editing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about that as well. Like, if I have someone that's more editing, or I can put more visual things together for me, that would be pretty cool, because I do have ideas all the time. It's just implementing them. I just have to prioritize, like, my tasks, and sometimes I don't get to that kind of fun creative process stuff too often. So if there's someone that that just does that full time, that's kind of it. You do need someone that kind of does it full time.
Yeah. Because then their skill level would probably be where you need to be.
Yeah. I guess that would be the biggest thing, is like you're doing something full time. Mm-hmm. So you're making time for that always would be the best. But yeah, anything to do with, I guess, creative stuff. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm up for random things too. If someone's like, hey, I've got, food for a month at my restaurant. Okay. Let's trade. I'll trade for food.
Yeah, right. Just hit us up to see if we can make the deal.
Yeah,
we're ready to get back to what our ancestors of old were into, just the trade system.
Yeah, why not? I like it like that. It's good. So,
okay,
we'll see. We'll see what we just manifested.
Yeah, right. What we put out there. Yeah. It's out there now.
It is. So we'll see. Feels good.
Yeah.
So other than that, you can expect us to keep running every other day. You can expect us to upgrade this just a little bit more.
Yeah, the set probably will kind of keep changing a little bit, add some green, some flowers, some, just more accents to put our character out there a little bit. It'll change a little bit. We'll watch the video. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see how everything looks and all that.
I don't know what to expect as far as podcasts, because last week I was an emotional wreck. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Apparently talking about love gets me all worked up.
Yeah.
But other than that, we can expect more music from you.
Yeah, definitely. More music, more video content, with the table, that which is a platform that we're kind of rolling out for just hip hop lovers, people that love lyrics, that love message, that love meaning, that have just passion for just bars. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So like you come to the table, you leave it all out, clean the plate type shit. So the table will have a lot more coming with that. A project eventually coming, like an EP with just a bunch of artists from around Montana. Dope. Just rapping their asses off, just showing that there's a lot of dope ass rappers here. Like there's some talent. You feel me? So that's what I want to showcase the most, because I've met these guys before. I've chopped it up with them. I've heard music and stuff they have that's completely unreleased. You know what I'm saying? That I just want to start putting stuff out there so people can see what we're doing out here, what it's looking like. So
we look forward to that. Create the inspiration that we wish to have.
Yeah.
If we can't find it, we have to create it, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Well, look, I think we had a good little chat. What you think? You got anything? Any stones unturned you want to turn real quick?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Nothing that too exciting. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Dope.
Till next time.
Till next time. I'll meet you here next time.
Woo.